Welcome to Mary Ann's Kitchen. We are back putting the ricotta cheese in.
This is about 8 ounces that we'll be putting, which is half of this 16-ounce container.
Yes.
Which we will put in a bowl, a large bowl. The same bowl that has the eggs. How would you just
Yes. So we're just
mix up that egg?
eating this egg with a little bit of our ricotta cheese. Again, about half. And this is for the stuffing inside the shells, right, Grandma?
Yes. That should be good. And just do it slow, so it doesn't spill out.
Eating it slowly so it does not spill everywhere.
Add some Parmesan cheese.
Yes, now after adding the ricotta, we're just going to be adding a little bit of Parmesan cheese to make sure that these stuffed shells are extra cheesy. Not good for lactose intolerant people. If that's you, you should probably stay away from these shells. But they're so good that you might want to eat them anyway. So we're just going to mix this up a little more, add a bit more Parmesan cheese, and we'll be back in a minute. So now that we just finished, we're going to, since it's well beaten, we switch to a spatula to mix in the remainder of our Parmesan cheese. And if you want to know the exact measurements, we will put the recipe in the comments down below.
We're going to add a little of mozzarella cheese at this point, maybe about half a cup.
About half a cup of mozzarella cheese. You'll see the measurements again in the comments. This is very cheesy. And at this point, it should have a kind of creamy consistency with a couple bumps. Just like so.
And now I'm going to ask you to just fold in the spinach.
So as you can see, spinach.
Let me just demonstrate folding.
This is how we fold our spinach. Just trying to incorporate it into the mixture. This is the stuffing for our shells. So we're gonna make the shells.
We forgot to add any pepper.
Oh yes, pepper. Could we still add that?
Pepper? Yes, we still can.
Okay. So we're gonna add a little bit of pepper. It's okay if you do the steps a little out of order. It still works.
Pepper can be added at any point.
So yeah, we're just gonna continue to fold this while the pepper is added.
And I'm not adding any salt because it's really salty enough with the cheese and everything.
So we just added a tad bit of pepper, just a little sprinkle.
And there is a secret ingredient, nutmeg, just a tad. Whoop! That would have been a lot if it wouldn't have.
Happy little accidents. Just a tiny bit, a little sprinkle, and this. Grandma, why don't you explain why we use nutmeg?
It goes real well with spinach and ricotta.
Yes.
And we're just about ready to put the shells in the boiling water. So we're going to shut off the video.
So while we begin cooking our noodles, I thought I would give you a little bit of information about why we're going to be making so many foods in the upcoming days for Thanksgiving, but also for a party which is going to be on Friday. So since today's Monday, we're going to have a week of videos, and hopefully that you guys can learn something and maybe even try making some yourself. Again, all the recipes will be in the comment section.
So the shells are going to be cooking for about 8 minutes, 8 to 9 minutes. and then they'll be drained and cooled a little bit before we add the filling to them.
Yes, so we're just gonna cook the noodles, which shouldn't take too long, just a few minutes. And we will be back, since we don't want to make you wait, for 8 minutes. So we'll be back when those are cooked. We are back. We're just going to talk a little bit about how we're going to put our sauce into our pan of noodles.
So it's always hard to open up a jar like this, so I have a special tool. Which lets me open it up.
Yes, highly recommended.
And then I'm going to spread some sauce in the bottom of the pan, about maybe 1/4 of the jar. Just coat it the bottom of the
Smells like
pan.
pizza. Smells good, like pizza. Smells like a Lunchable pizza.
Okay, you can turn it off.
All right, so now that our sauce is in our pan, we're going to wait for our noodles to be done cooking. So we'll be back in a minute. Welcome back to Mary Ann's kitchen, and we just finished our shells. So now we're going to begin stuffing them.
I cooked the shells for 8 minutes, 8 or 9 minutes, and I shocked them with cold water, which means I ran cold water over them to cool them off and also to stop the cooking. And they've cooled off enough now, so we're putting on our rubber gloves, and we're going to take each shell, kind of open it up a little, and then put about a tablespoon of filling, that's our ricotta spinach filling, in each shell. And then we put it into the pan of sauce. We should get about 30 in there, maybe even a little bit more than that.
So basically how we're doing it is pretty simple. We just take our shell, open it up, grab a spoon, and scoop about a spoonful amount into these shells. Just like so. And like Grandma said, we're just going to stick that right into the pan. And we're going to fast forward this part, but we're just going to make a bunch more shells. Ready? Go! Okay.
On top. And then before we put it in the oven, we'll put more mozzarella cheese on. But at this point, I'm going to put it in the freezer because we really aren't going to bake these until Friday. And there's always a little bit left in the jar. I'm just going to fill it about 1/4 of the way.
Is that all the tomato sauce you had?
Yes, it's the whole jar.
Hey guys, after pouring the sauce, our noodles are just about ready. We'll be back in just a minute to complete them. Guys, a little pro tip. So your noodles don't dry out, take your empty sauce jar and you're gonna put 1/4 of a cup of water in there, dump it in, and that helps with
Keeping it moist.
So yeah. So since we're not cooking these now, we're gonna go ahead and put them up. But if you were doing this in the present day, then you could probably bake them now. So you're gonna bake them at 400 degrees for around 30 minutes. And yeah, we're gonna see you guys later. Grandma!